That's what I've seen happen. I've seen, when you see budgets that are when you go through the line items and you see that the majority of them either have at the final end, which is the impact to our budget, you have a 0 or a parentheses, you know that that's happened. They're either not taking any kind of increase or they're taking decreases. And I only found one in every one of the budgets. The increase wasn't connected to energy. It's something that's going to go up next year. Just as sure as we're sitting here, it's going to go up. You better budget some more for it because you're going to have to pay those bills. And that's what I'm saying. So again, Brent, if you have 300,000, you need to bring them. You need to bring them, and it would be good to bring them today because
that would total 600.
Next time we meet, we're going to be talking about passing a budget. We're going to need to come to a consensus and pass a budget. So I think that's what our charge starting today is to spend the next 2 weeks coming to grips with what we are comfortable with.
We can have another meeting. I mean,
you say what now? I'm sorry.
We can have another meeting.
We certainly
2
could.
weeks is a long time.
We certainly could. Do we feel like we need to? With what intent? What would we do?
We should be able to, my thoughts are, if you feel there's more line items, I guess those are the ones that I want to hear.
Yeah.
Because so far, if I say, and I'm not going to entirely agree with you that all 320,000 of that was waste. I've rented a backhoe instead of a track hoe to do a job to save money. And it cost me time and materials and labor because by the time I got underneath the surface, I'm pulling out 5-foot boulders. I should have spent the extra money to have the track hoe. But I thought, I'll try to do it this way. So I'm not going to say that all 320 of that is necessarily waste. But even if I did give you that, we chewed up the 320. Then to get the roads to what we've proposed at what you're asking, we have to come up with another 140,000. I'm just, where else is it? What departments? Is it in the police? Is it in the fire? I mean, with parks, what you've given me, your total was $10,000, roughly, correct?
For what?
If you were to cut 5% more out of your budget, what would that?
16,000.
So that gives me 16.
I've already told you, that's what I would do if we didn't do roads. I said, you give me roads and you designate that, yes.
I think I thumped the pulpit that there better be a line item.
I know, and that gives the people a bang for their buck, and that's what I'm telling you. If they see that happening, I think they would come to the game and pay the money, the extra.
I'm not even asking for extra. I'm trying to hold it so that you don't get any more. I mean, if you pay more, it will be because your property increased in value. And that's a benefit or a detriment of owning property. If your value goes up, you get to pay more taxes. If it goes down, you get to pay less. We generally prefer that it goes up. But the 1.9 means that
you got $147,000 to go to roads.
Right, and see that's where we are. At 147, we're about halfway to where we'd need to be if we're going to get on that 10-year cyclical experience that we'd like to see happen. So that's what we need to decide. Is 147 enough? Do we need
No, we're actually more than that. There's already 30 in there.
That's true.
It's 170 if we were to do the same next year.
300,000 to get on that 10-year cycle. That's what I'm saying. That would be the goal that we're setting to do, and that's what we need to do. That's why I'm saying it's at this point in time, what would we accomplish in another study session?